on Jonah Hill's side, by the way. I mean, I think
That's a good way to start.
That's how we're starting the episode.
Well, I think he's a queef. He's like, I have boundaries. I would never hang out with a guy like that, but...
You would hang out with him. Shut up. You wouldn't hang out with Jonah Hill?
Wow. I don't know.
You hang out with Matt Ruby.
I wouldn't date him.
Come on.
All right, Ruby's got some bad hats. I wouldn't hang out with him. I mean, I'd hang out with him, but I wouldn't be in a relationship with him. I mean, look at this. He's dressing like his girlfriend. Got long hair. I don't know. The whole thing sucks.
Yeah, but I bet he's, you know.
I'm sure he's fine.
I bet he's on drugs or something to be that thin now.
All right, well, the drugs I like. Now we're getting somewhere.
Great comic actor. Is there a better,
great comic
is there
actor.
like in the last like 10 years a better comic actor?
Yes.
In like big screen movies?
Well, what about Will Ferrell?
In the last 10 years. Will Ferrell's run, he's great, but his run is like the early aughts.
I see. I mean,
that run of like Talladega, Elf,
old school.
Anchorman, Old School, Step Brothers. That was like the other guys. I feel like that was all the early aughts to like around 2010 or something.
Yeah. What do we have? We have Wolf of Wall Street. He's funny in that.
Oh, he kills that.
21 and 22 Jump Street cured anti-Semitism.
Yes, that's right. Kanye loves him. So I'm all for the acting. I'm all for the funny. But the texts were just like cringy to me.
It's all, look, no one should.
But you don't want to see my text with my lady too. That's weird as well.
Exactly. No one's text should see the light of day. I feel like unless you know, I mean, I don't know. Once you're in a relationship, I feel like that's a weird out of context text. Like what he wrote isn't great, obviously, but
context. We got something.
Ooh,
right?
Context.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, Comic-Con. Huh?
But it's
con artist. All right.
Thanks for that. That was helpful. Trying to get somewhere. It's like wordplay. Let me see what I can do here.
Chili con queso. All right.
No, it's whatever.
That's his favorite
This
meal.
is a dated story anyway we're talking about, but I think
But you don't leak text. That's a violation of trust. You put it public. I mean, that she should be in trouble for that as well.
This wasn't a Mel Gibson voicemail.
Yes, exactly.
This was I don't like. Well, it's like, guess what? If you don't like that, you don't have to date the person, and she doesn't have to date you. It's just weird, I guess, to date a surfer and not want her to post swimsuit photos, right?
Well, that was crazy. I think he's just like, hey, don't show your ass. And people are like, but she's in a swimsuit all day long. He's like, I know, but if she's at the club showing her ass, it's a little different. I don't know. I would never text my lady that. It's all weird, but I just hate how we can't have two bad people. Everything is so absolute. He's the bad guy. She's the bad guy. No, they both suck. Two things can be true.
Yeah, I think also the timing was a little questionable. Like it did come off like she's maybe not over him.
Yeah, a little bitter.
Like he moved on, has a family. Didn't they just have a baby?
She didn't like that.
So I think sometimes maybe that you're like, well, he's not good. It's tough when it's a famous person you date because the public perception is so positive. So that's probably hard to process a breakup when you have all these negative feelings.
Of course. But it doesn't excuse the...
Not at all. I'm saying I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, it's good to understand. But he sucks. She sucks. They all suck. They deserve each other.
I like him. I like Jonah Hill.
I like him too. I'm trying to make it look like I'm less attacking the ladies because they're allowed to attack men without any repercussion. But if you attack a lady, you have to have all these consolations.
Social media went back. There are two sides. There are Jonah Hill defenders. I don't think. But you know. That's what happens when you bring the flames on someone. Some of the flames are going to come back on you.
You got that right.
There's something really annoying about Twitter now. Where, like, I feel like when it started, it was funny, it was just jokes and
light
wordplay and like dead baby jokes and rape jokes. And now it's literally people. The minute people realized outrage was currency on Twitter, and outrage performs like I don't know how many % better, but way more. It's like, well, that's what it all became. It went from like everyone being like, boom, boom, to like, ah!
Yeah.
I'm like, well, that's a shitty place to be. You wouldn't want to hang out with that person, but then all day you're just like,
right.
crying, wah, okay.
Yeah, I completely agree. But we do it with everything. You know, you go, did you hear what Trump said? It was so funny. Oh, you're alt-right now. I'm like, it was a funny line. I don't know. I still think he's a psycho. It's a funny, why can't we have nuance, you know? And that's what this does. Like, he's a piece of shit. He's a woman hater. He's a misogynist. Like, he's texting his girlfriend. I don't know.
Yeah, no one knows.
Come on.
That's why you usually solve it with each other. But that's when someone's famous.
True.
People become obsessive with this shit.
They become
So are
obsessed.
you careful with your texts now? Like anything you write? Like anytime I write something, I'm like, no?
All N-word. No. I mean,
that was just to me.
I mean, if you look, it's just my wife showing me her clam. It's a tit shot. It's me. Is this joke funny? She's like, this is appalling. You know, it's wild. Our text chain is wild, and if she ever leaked it, I'd be crushed just because it's like it's a violation of what we have.
That's gonna be one hell of a divorce.
Oh, the fucking when that comes out in the courtroom.
Cut to Mark ripping up the prenup. All right, take it.
Yeah,
take everything.
Please,
just don't release those. No, I've definitely we've all written shit we're not proud of in a relationship. Come on.
That's what text.
Both sides. Come on. It's there's bad people on both sides.
Here. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. So I forgot our original point, but.
Yeah, when it's tough when it's a situation like this that probably did have nuance.
Yes.
As opposed to like a Chris Brown situation where she's just covered in bruises and you're like, okay, pretty much open and shut case right here, right?
I don't know. What'd she say?
That's true.
No, I'm just
That
kidding.
is true. We didn't get to the bottom of that, but
yeah, no, I agree. I'm with you on that. Yeah, she couldn't even open one eye.
Yeah.
And people still going to his shows. So let's be a little easier on old Hill Dog. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. And then, was that? Oh, Lizzo is how we got started on this.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking off camera about Lizzo, yeah.
Yeah, I was telling my wife, I was like, why am I delighting in this cancellation so much? Because I hate cancellation. But I was like, what is it that I like? And she was like, well, you don't like fat people. And I was like, it can't just be that. It's got to be more than that. Mm-hmm. And I think I figured it out last night. And I think it's that, she's up on Mount Pius and people put her up there.
It's the only mountain she's hiked.
I thought she was the mountain. All right.
And she's up there with like inclusion and like diversity and body positivity and everything. And then like if you don't go along with that sermon, then you're the bigot.
Right.
And you're the asshole.
Right.
And you're the bully. Meanwhile, the whole time, she was the asshole. She was the bully and making me feel bad about it.
Yeah, of course. But this is how it goes. This shit can't last because humans are human and we're all flawed. No one's perfect. We think because you point a finger at one guy, now you're off the hook. But you're still a piece of shit too. It's like when I do a dark joke, people go, you're an asshole. I'm like, you've never had a dark thought? I just said mine out loud.
Yeah.
Am I really the only psycho in America? No.
And also, yeah, I mean, it's madness. But also with Lizzo, I mean, I remember talking to a comic once who had this big New York Times write-up saying what a genius he was. And I called him. I was like, man, that's so cool. And he was like, I fucking hate it. Because he's like, that's when they come for you. That's when they'll start calling me a hack, was what he was saying. He's like, when they lift me up like this.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
I mean, people love to lift people up.
And
not Lizzo. But but no, they do love to lift her up and talk about, it also is the same people that lift her up that are the ones bringing her down right now.
That's how it goes.
It's going to come for you.
Yeah.
This shit comes for you.
So stop coming for others, you cunts.
Well, she is an interesting one because you're right, she's like the body positivity thing. And there's this weird thing now where like the liberals are obsessed with body positivity. And sure, it's good to accept yourself. That's good. But at the same time, now you see articles, I forgot which publication it was, but they were like, why is the far right so obsessed with fitness? I'm like, health is a partisan issue now?
Exactly.
Why are you, there's a lot to go after the far right for. You're going after exercise?
I know. Again, with the absolutes, it's all or nothing. If you're healthy, you're all right. If you're fat, you're liberal. It's so stupid. There's nuance. Some people are chubby, like you. You're a centrist. Okay, but you're not even that chubby. Sorry. I couldn't go to Matt. But it's
I'll wear it.
It's these absolutes. You got to go all the way here. This is alt-right. So this must be, and white is bad, black is good. That's so stupid. And it's childish and it's ignorant. And we got to have this actor because he's Chinese. You're like, what? That's a little offensive. None of it makes sense. It's all going to come crumbling down, and I can't wait for it. And I'm not going to forget who pointed fingers.
Yeah, man. Well, it's also just like, it's funny how quickly you see the fatigue of the mob.
Oh, the fatigue.
Where they go from Jonah Hill, and then it's like, give it a news cycle.
Right.
And then they find the next one. And by the time this podcast comes out, it'll be a new person. It won't be Lizzo anymore. And people will forgive her, and she'll, she won't make her new dancers walk to Brooklyn to get a slice of cheesecake. I think that was the accusation.
Well, somebody needs to be walking. But also, then this is where I get in trouble. Sorry, everybody. Get ready to hit the edit button. But everybody preaches compassion, and hey, you call somebody trans or whatever, and they go, hey, that's insensitive, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what else is insensitive? Trying to ruin someone's life and take their livelihood away and smear their name and ruin their reputation. That's insanely. I'd rather be called a hack or a homo or whatever. Come at me with the insults. It's fine. That's fine, but if you try to ruin someone's life because they're a sexist or racist or whatever, and you don't even know the facts, that's shitty too.
Well, what's interesting is what Mark is saying is...
Please translate.
Well, yeah, first off, no one's offended by being called trans. That was the first
I didn't want to say the real word.
Yeah, but like, I know what you mean. Like
transmission fluid.
That's offensive.
Yeah.
A man's mission fluid. No, but I know what you mean. Where it's like, as kids, we were taught to use our words, right? And
good point.
And now words have taken on like another level with social media and like how much you settle things with your words. That was like, you're like, Mom, I didn't fight. I settled things with my words. And she's like, good job. Okay. You grow up. How do you settle things? I smeared someone and ruined their life.
Right.
Well, those were words. Right. You know what I mean? I think about this too. I was trying to do a bit about this last night about how, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg want to fight and how it's so childish that these two billionaires just want to like fight each other. But then they're like, it's for charity. And everyone's like, all right, it is for the veterans, I guess, And I was thinking like how long before kids catch on to this? They're just wailing on a kid outside the classroom and the teachers try to break it up. They're like, this is for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. We're trying to raise money here.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like, it is interesting to me that like, words... that's what we were taught, but there wasn't like guidance. It's kind of like being told you can be whatever you want. There weren't like guidelines. They're like, use your words, but words, sticks and stones.
Sticks and stones. Everybody knew that little limerick. Yeah, it's not good, and then the worst part is they use under the guise of hey, let's call this guy a racist, and then we can fuck him over, and we won't be in trouble. Even though we're lying about what he did, we won't be in trouble because we're stopping racism. So now you're using an important movement for your own personal gain, which is doubly shitty. You get mad at a guy making a black guy joke, but now you're using this cause to get rid of a guy.
It is all about them.
That is way worse than the black joke originally, and they know it. Ah!
But it began when outrage became currency. It began when we started rewarding, people going, look at this. When that started getting 200 retweets each time or more, going viral, that's when it was.
Exactly. And what I don't get is like when Amber Heard says Johnny Depp beat her up, and then it proves in court that she hired a makeup artist, she hired a bunch of people to lie for her, he never did it. He had to go through hell and pay millions of dollars in legal fees and be publicly shamed and all this shit. And then it comes out that she lied. Why aren't the women coming after her? Hey, look at this twat lying. That hurts the movement too. So get mad at her.
Yeah, then I went to see his band and it felt like an assault on my ears. So it's,
Woo! But no, you see my point.
Would you still hit it though, Amber Heard?
Of course, of course. I'd hit her. Joking. But yeah, I don't know. It's all a bummer, and I think the fatigue is real, and I think we're going to look back on these times and go, whoo, that was wild. Because, you ever see Game of Thrones?
I never watched it, actually.
It's not my cup either, but I watched it during the pandemic.
I heard it's good.
It's good. It's well done. It's got something for everybody. Yeah. But I hate dragons and all that. So there's one scene where the big queen, she's like a hot blonde lady, rich, powerful queen of the whole land. She basically gets canceled. They find out she did something wrong, and she has to walk through the town naked. And everybody's throwing tomatoes at her. It's kind of like the stocks. Remember the stocks?
Yeah.
And people are throwing shit on her and jizz on her and all this stuff. And true, they really did. You saw it. Yeah. And it's basically her getting canceled, and you're like, you guys think you're high and mighty because she fucked up, but you're throwing jizz on a lady, And that's the same shit. You're just getting off on throwing shit on a person, and it's not because of justice. You're just excited about, we get to fuck over the queen. I'm a peasant. And now I'm fucking over the queen, and it's
misplaced rage.
Yes,
you're not working on stuff.
Translate. I need you here because otherwise I just sound like a fucking weirdo on a lawn.
No, I mean we see it all the time. It's you see it in the street in New York. You just see misplaced, like someone just snaps at someone on the subway, and you're like, that wasn't about her.
Yes,
you know what I mean. But that's everywhere. But people do it way more
Yes,
behind a keyboard
with
obviously.
Jonah Hill. Like that wasn't that those releasing the tweets wasn't about the tweets. It was like, let's fuck this guy.
It's cowardly to do that to somebody when you know there's going to be no repercussions for you. Mm-hmm. And that's like a scenario where that happens. The tweeting where they never go back at that person. Well, let's look into this person's life.
Right.
Because so often those people have skeletons.
Of course.
We've talked about this shit before, whatever.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, did I send you? Oh, you got the clip? We can't show this, so can we?
HBO.
No, yeah, don't show it.
People know what I'm talking about. That's the queen. They shaved her head like that. That's literally poo throwing at her. She's crying. So I would rather go through this than get shit online. It ends, the shit online lives
What
forever.
happens to her afterwards? Does she just go back to being queen, or is it
canceled?
I think she does, actually. Now she has to face Parliament or whatever the hell. But it's a hell of a scene, and it's worth a watch.
I heard I should watch it.
It's well done. J.R.R. Hard R. Tolkien.
I think that's it. Yeah. Why do you say that?
Tolkien is the Lord of the Rings.
Martin.
Martin. I think there's a couple R's.
George R. Martin.
There's an R. All right. R. What are we, pirates? All right. But check it out. It's pretty good.
I should watch it.
All right. We got that out.
I had a day, man. I got here like 30 minutes early because the damn construction in my building.
Man.
I shit you not. I think I sent you a clip of what this looks like. This has been 10 months. It is taking all the strength I have not to write very bad words to building manager. Look at this. This is outside my window. Play it.
Oh, geez. You got the blue tarp going like Katrina. Oh, my Lord.
That's my window.
Wild.
It's been almost a year.
This is comical. I didn't know it was this bad.
It's insane.
I mean, this is like the Malaysian miners trying to get out of the mountain here. This is crazy. Oh, my God. You can feel the vibration.
Dude, my apartment is vibrating. And here's the best part. They're doing it on all sides of my apartment. So there's no room I can go in to get away. So I just can't be. So this is the best part. I go outside today to just get. I'm like, all right, let me just get out. The plumber stood me up today. I had a great thing. The plumber's supposed to come by. And it's such a New York story already. Yeah. The plumber stands me up.
You got ghosted by a plumber?
Well, here's the best part. My building's like, this is who we use. So you should use them because they know the building. I was like, all right, fine. So I swear to God, I looked them up. We can look up the reviews. It's like 30 straight 1-star reviews. Literally everyone is like, they did a bad job on my plumbing. The next one's like, they raped my mother. I'm like, this is a bad plumber, apparently, but that's my choice, I guess. So they stand me up. I call. I was like, you're supposed to be here. They're like, nope. And I was like, nope.
Wow, nope.
And she goes, you never confirmed. And I was like, the guy said, yeah, we'll be here Monday at 9.
Yeah.
And she goes, you have to confirm. I'm like, he didn't say anything about confirming. He said I'm in the books. And they were like, sorry.
Oh, wow.
I was like, all right, whatever. So I go out, I take a walk to get out of this noise. And
this is bananas.
Oh, and they keep telling me it's gonna. I know they keep telling me it's gonna end. The people are listening to this, Matt. Jesus Christ, I'm telling you how insufferable it is. And he's like, let me play it for a 4th time here.
This is like Oppenheimer at IMAX. That was not as loud as this.
Oh my God, it's awful.
It's like robotic.
So then we're gonna get comments like, shut the fuck up. So I go outside to get a coffee. I'm like, I'll just chill for a minute, and immediately a crazy guy walks up to a woman, and he's just like, I swear to God, he clearly tweaked out. I've seen him in the neighborhood before. He has not improved since I've seen him last. Goes up to a woman with a little dog. He goes, fuck you, fuck your shitty dog. It's like, and she's like a pretty cool New York girl where she's kind of just like rolling her eyes, but he's in her face. So I like walk up next to her just to make sure, like he doesn't swing on her or something.
Sure.
So we just kind of walk up, and I'm like, this is crazy. Then he walks up to some other guy and he goes, fuck you, fuck your mother. And I'm like, this dude is a lot. All right.
Wow.
So I'm like, all right, whatever. He kind of walks away. Same spot. Something about the spot I'm in, I guess. Another guy walks up to me. He does a thing where he's like, goes to someone and goes, buy my book.
What?
There's no pitch for it. We don't know what the book's about. I don't know
Wait,
what
the
fuck
same guy?
No, a different guy.
Oh, that's,
no.
I'd rather the fuck you guy than buy my book.
No, this guy, I don't think the other guy is published.
Okay.
But he just goes up, buy my book, and everyone's just like, no, I'm sorry. And he's like, buy my book, and I could tell he's coming to me. So I turn my chair, I put my hat down, and I have my noise canceling headphones on, clearly inviting a conversation.
Sure.
He comes over to me, goes, buy my book, and I'm just like, I'm good. And he goes, fuck her.
Damn.
I don't know the path to be an author. I don't think this is it.
That wasn't our Tolkien? Jesus. Wow.
So that's why I'm here early today. I was like, you know what? Let me just get out of the neighborhood and I'm in a good neighborhood. It's like a great neighborhood for a crazy person.
Yeah.
That book guy's a bit.
Maybe.
Buy my book, yeah.
It's like the Jay Sherman thing. Buy my book. Remember that?
Yeah. Wow, you got to go on Amazon and leave a review about that guy. But
oh my God, no,
Jesus.
dude, it was a morning, but I'm like, also, it's like, you know, in New York, you're used to that, but you're just, it's like that comical. Yo, you got it.
Buy my book.
The best show, the most underrated. If you think of one show that got prematurely canceled, it's All Day.
Oh, the best. And a smart show. Like references, they go back to like Orson Welles and fucking Citizen Kane and all that shit. But wow, buy my book.
Oh,
That's
it's brutal,
tough.
brutal. But I'm so happy to be here. I was like, I can't wait for this pod today because holy shit.
Man, well, yeah, get it all out. This is New York. It's so funny. I had the opposite night. I had a tough flight, connection, barely made it from Des Moines. It was a whole thing. Finally made it home. You hit wall-to-wall traffic. There's a tanker truck flipped over on the I-9 or whatever, so you got to take the back roads from Newark. Brutal. Took me like an hour and a half to get home from the airport. Finally get there, and I made a cocktail and put it in a Starbucks cup just so I wouldn't look like a weirdo. And I just, the ladies out of town, I said, let me walk around the city. I walked around the village.
This last night?
Last night, beautiful night. The cool,
nice.
Crisp air. Every restaurant was full. I'm walking down Perry, Charles, Bleecker. Just glasses clinking, people laughing, good-looking people everywhere. Went down to the water, had a great time. Cut to buy my book. You know?
That is a nice thing. That's a good rec. Is to put a little drink in a different container, take a stroll.
Oh yeah, I had music going. It was great.
Can you tell us about that night where you had something to think about and you just went out for a walk? And you sat on a bench in Manhattan somewhere?
Oh yeah, sure. So was having some problems with the lady, marital strife, and we had
tough, right?
It's tough. We had a blowout for all blowouts, like blowout plates throwing. I'm sure the neighbors called the cops, like just and everything came out. Everything. This is what I hate about you.
I'd kill to live in your building with that noise. That's nothing compared to this. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh God, that is wild. It's like Darth Vader coming. I don't know what that is. It's too much. So we just had it out, and it was like too much was said, like too much honesty.
Oof.
And so I think it's a men and women thing where she's like, "All right, let's talk." And I said, "I'm leaving. I gotta take a walk." And here's a weird thing. I walked outside. I'm on 6th Avenue. It's like 4 a.m. We've been fighting for hours.
Oh.
One of those where it's like you change rooms fighting. Like we're in the bed, and we're in the couch, and we're in the kitchen, and
3 rooms. That's it.
Okay, well that's New York.
No.
It's like Clue. I called her a cunt in the kitchen with the fucking butter knife. So then I'm sitting on a park bench, just like headphones in, looking at the phone. You still got that fucking energy going. Your adrenaline's running from all the fighting. And I'm sitting on a park bench. Now the bars are coming out. It's 4:10, 4:05 in the morning, and all these drunk gals. And the village is like full of beautiful women. It's like smoke shows.
Amazing.
And I'm sitting on a bench. I'm doing AC Slater style. I'm up on the top bench with the feet on the butt part. And all these women are like going up to me. They're all drunk and they're going home. And they're probably mad they didn't get laid. And they're going like, "What's up with you? Why are you all alone?" Now they're sitting next to me. And I'm like, God, my whole 20s, I was like trying to get laid, going to the gym, pick up lines, swiping on Tinder. I had to just sit on a park bench. I felt like a worm on a hook. And I think
did they recognize you?
No recognize, and they're all like, "Hey, big boy," and I was the meat. I was the victim. Like they would be like a pack of 5 of them, and they'd be like, "What's your story? Why are you sitting here?" I wish I knew this 10 years ago. I would have been cleaning up.
You're about to inspire a ton of creepy listeners right now.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Just hang in Central Park, dude.
The good thing is marriage is almost over.
No.
You found the cheat code.
Well, it kind of like lightened my spirits because I was like, "Well, this is very flattering." As a guy, I was like, "This is awesome." Like so many women are paying attention to me and talking to me. And these are like really pretty ladies. And I think the fact that I was not hitting on them, I'm just minding my own business, sitting on a bench, not bothering anybody.
Yeah, what is wrong with these women that they walk up to a dude sitting on a park bench alone at 4 a.m.? Like, this dude has his shit together. That's amazing.
Well, I was up on the top part. I look cool, you know? And I don't know what it was. And I think it's the village. I don't know, white privilege. Who knows what it is? But like a couple of bachelorette parties walk by, and they're all hopped up on estrogen. They're like, "Hey, dickless," or whatever. And it was the easiest pickup of my life. And I had to be like, I'm fighting with my wife, and they're all like, "Oh, why are you guys fighting?" They're stroking my leg and shit. I'm like, "Oh my god!" So I went back and we worked it all out. We've never been better in the relationship.
Damn, it's like a reset.
It's a reset, yeah. And I think that's where the TWA thing came in, because she was like, I got to do more things for him, you know, all that shit, which is like, don't really know me that well. But, you know, it was a very nice gesture. But
next time in the city.
So then she was out of town. I went and got flowers. I put them in a vase, and then she came home to that. I put a little note with all this shit. So we're back, baby. But it sometimes it takes a real clean slate to start fresh.
Yeah, I guess sometimes when you're just holding shit in, relationships are so tough, man.
Yeah, I told him it was like The Godfather when they're like, you know, every 10 years or so we have to have a bloodbath just to clear the air.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, even though we don't need the family war, we do it.
Yeah. Yeah, the makeup sex was wild and raunchy and long and nasty. I was like, wow, we did 6 positions. That's pretty good for a married couple, yeah.
And only 3 rooms.
2 a room.
Damn.
Yeah. So, very good, but also just tip for the men out there, ditch your friends, get a cocktail in a Starbucks cup, sit on a bench on the top, you're home free.
It's your spot.
That's pretty good.
That's the weird thing where you have to like catch up just so you're not a creep.
What do you mean?
With alcohol, like they're drunker than you. You're like, fuck bartender, 5 shots. You just down them all. You're like, all right, perfect.
Right.
Let's get out of here.
Now it's legal, right?
I thought saying fighting with my wife would, you know, brush them off a little, but they were like, oh, about what? Now they're like, no more about me. That actually helped.
You're non-threatening now. A woman has already chosen you.
I guess so. I told one girl I was gay, and she was like, oh, I could flip you or whatever. And I was like, damn, this is a fish in a barrel here.
Well, we had a friend. We knew a guy who was like very gay, but he fucked women. And he was like clearly gay, but he was like the biggest cock block you've ever met.
Yeah.
Like on a level where you're like, dude, what are you are you even enjoying ruining my night?
You're more cock breath, cock block. But it was mud.
Dude, he would swoop in and like hug them, and they'd be like, "Aw," and then he'd like kiss their cheek. Before you know it, he's making out with them, and you're like, I was talking to her.
I know. And you think, well, I'm not threatened. He's super gay. I'm fine. But then he would slip in.
Speaking of, I got a peeve. It was not Andy Dick, no.
Okay.
Andy Dick's funny. All right.
I had a guy say to me the other night, he goes, so I saw you the other night on the street. I didn't say hi because you were on a date, but you were, licking an ice cream cone, looking like a homo. That's quite. For number one, I was on a date with a woman. Number two, how homophobic are you that you have deprived yourself ice cream because it's gay? And number three, it was sorbet, so he would think I was even gayer if he knew that. But it's so funny to me that you're that homophobic that you're like, you can't have dessert. Yeah. Like the dude who's just out to dinner and they're like, we have a lovely tiramisu, and he's like, nice try, buddy. I'm not biting.
Yeah. Wow, man, he had to zing you somehow because like you're obviously doing well. You got a hot lady here with you. He had to get in somewhere with the ice cream cone, I guess was it.
It's just it's like a 60s insult or something. Yeah. Where you're like, ice cream. I can't have ice cream.
My buddy, he's a black guy, and black guys are very macho. And my friend was eating a banana, and he was like, I had to throw away the banana because I was walking down the street and I couldn't have another black guy see me eat a banana. And I was like, man,
that's hilarious.
That sucks. I eat bananas all the time, but I've never worried like, I'm a big gay out here.
I think they're the number one purchase thing at Walmart is bananas.
Really?
Oh,
yeah,
really?
People fucking love bananas.
People love bananas. They're a quarter on the what do you call it, fruit stands.
Yeah,
I get them every day.
You know, the number one mover of orange juice is the Waffle House. They sell more orange juice than anyone else in the country.
That makes sense.
Like more than Walmart.
And by the way, orange juice horrible for you. It's same amount as a Coca-Cola.
But as a kid, that we thought it was healthy.
You thought it was healthy.
They pitched it as healthy.
Fruit drink.
All you have to do is pitch something. I mean, like think about it. Like Kind bars, it's like drizzled in chocolate.
Yes.
Like, oh yeah, I'll be healthy today. I'll have a Kind bar.
They got sued, by the way. Somebody sued them. They were like, "This is not healthy at all." I did all the numbers, and he won.
Yeah, it's pretty. It is funny to me that like eating an ice cream cone is like the gay. I feel like sweets, you're like called gay.
And you're licking it too, which is tough.
But that's what you do with a pussy. You don't really lick it. I guess you could lick the tip of a dick, but you lick a pussy. You don't lick a.
You got a point. They should make pussy flavored ice cream. Now you're not gay.
Now you're going out of business.
Well, they got breast milk. They got a couple other weird. How about pussy?
I feel like it'd be like a gourmet place.
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow's got a vagina candle.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Pinkberry, get on it.
Yeah.
They call it Stinkberry.
Stinkberry, and then put a cherry on top. Now you're popping cherries. All right. We're having too much fun.
That's I don't know if it's a good flavor for ice cream, but I'd be curious.
Yeah.
I've tried weird. They made the mac and cheese.
That's true. They got all kinds of weird flavors. But if it's pussy flavored, you find a hair in it. That makes sense. Now we got something. We got a pube.
Yeah.
I always say Brazilian restaurants should have no pubes in it. Okay. Like a Brazilian steakhouse. All right. Tweet it.
I love those steakhouses.
Oh, you flip the thing over for more meat?
It's just the most savage. That's what I
Yeah.
picture this guy eating who called me that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all he eats is steak.
Right.
Never has any treats ever. But yeah, no, those Brazilian steakhouses were like, fuck, dude. When they pull over, it's like garlic steak and ribeye and like the chicken hearts. That's the one where I'm like, that's a little. We're eating little hearts.
Yeah. Now it's like the hands of a dwarf. You're like, what is it in? But yeah, that place, you flip the thing over. Gay bar should have that. Like, hey, I flipped this over. I'm ready for another sausage, Bring it on. I'm ready. I'm not full yet. But yeah. That's crazy. That's a good peeve.
You feel like shit though after those steakhouses.
Every time.
I did it before a show in Pittsburgh. It was me, JP McDade, and James Webb, and that was the only thing open. It was like right after, downtowns were kind of hit hard after COVID.
Oh yeah.
We were playing Pittsburgh Improv, and I was like, "Fuck it, let's go to a steakhouse." And dude, when I tell you we had like the meat sweats on stage, it's like you feel like shit. You feel dumber.
You feel dumber, yeah. You feel heavy, slow, but you can't stop eating it. If somebody has a sword at your table and he's like got a fucking pitchfork, you just got to say, I'll take it. When's the next time I see a chicken heart?
I know. You got to. Yeah.
You got to do it, yeah. Good peeve. Here's a peeve for you. And this is a nice guy. I hope he never hears this because it's a little annoying thing he does.
This is the hardest one, is doing the peeves for the people who might listen.
Sweet guy. We're all hanging out. He's not a comic, so it's already a little weird because he's there. No offense, but he's in a group of comics. We're all busting balls, telling jokes, laughing, telling crazy stories. And he was chiming in. He would go, "Oh, it's funny you say that." Like if you go, I went to a Brazilian steakhouse. Oh, funny you say that. My buddy's Brazilian, and he would tell this long story about his buddy, and you're like, it's not the greatest story, but he has that perfect way in because he goes, oh, it's funny you say that. And you're like, no. Like now, every time he said it's funny you say that, I go, don't do it. We don't want the story. My mom was eating a Pop-Tart. It's funny you say that. Pop-Tarts are made in Ohio. I knew a guy from Ohio once, and you're like, God, it's almost impressive the way he could hopscotch over to a thing that he knows about. Funny you say that.
The guy with the perfect in.
Yes.
But never has an out.
No out.
I
Bad
hate those
story.
guys. No, I've had a guy like that once where like they'll just hit you with like they'll interrupt a conversation you're having with like small talk.
Yes.
We're having like a meaningful conversation. They jump in. They're like, "Hey, it's hot today."
Right.
I was having like a serious conversation here.
But I think in his mind, he's like, I don't want to be rude and sit here quietly. I'll join in. These guys want me to join in. We're like, we don't want you to join in. You could laugh and sit there quietly. We would have no problems with that. But
or just be more selective. Yeah, it's tough. That's a tough one.
And a nice guy, but the stories, they just went nowhere.
Never-ending stories are tough.
It's funny you say that. There's a movie called Never-Ending Stories I saw in the theater in 1981, and you're like, Gah!
It is an annoying.
It's a great in, though. Funny you say that. And because you're going to go, oh, what? What's funny about it? And then here we are.
Nothing's funny about it.
Nothing. And he got us every time. And it's a little rude to say it's funny you say that because it's not funny. It's not funny I say that. We're not laughing. No funny.
You lose the edit button as you get older too.
Yeah,
with the stories. Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can get tough.
Yeah, it was tough. And he's also one of these guys, and he makes where he's from his whole personality. He's from Boston, so he's like, I'm from Boston, so and he's got the thick accent, and he's like, I'm from Boston, so we would really drink hard. I'm like, We all drank hard. We all had I drink hard every night. I got a podcast about drinking. Like, you can't just bring it all back to Boston, or like, I'm from San Francisco, so I know about seafood. You're like, I know about seafood too. You can't just, nobody cares where you're from, and we care where you're from, but you can't just make it your whole world.
Yeah, fuck.
Like, you're a New York guy, but you're not like, so let me just tell you about the subway.
Yeah, let me explain pizza to you.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
We've had pizza.
You're Brooklyn. You know how many people make Brooklyn their whole thing?
Yeah.
I'm from Brooklyn. Brooklyn, what? All this shit. You're like, all right, just talk to me.
Yeah.
You've never brought up Brooklyn.
No, I don't bring it up.
I love that.
Funny thing. Do you actually hate it more when people are like, that's funny? I hate that.
Oh,
When you say something's actually funny and they're like,
it's literally like if you were fucking someone, they were like, I'm coming. It's the same energy. It's the worst. It's like, you laugh. You do the one where you're like, they're like, or ha.
yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Send me a text, ha, instead. That's just
H.A.
insulting. Yeah.
Ha is for like, kind of like, in a text, it's for like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
It's not for a joke.
Yeah. And I think with comics, it's a little different. Like, you'll be like, is this anything? I'm like, ooh, that's funny.
Yeah,
that's
well,
No, I'm talking about in
That's
person.
different.
Yeah.
Because you want the laugh from the person.
Right,
And you're getting,
right.
that's
No.
funny.
Comics do that. I also am thinking about the guy you're telling this story to. Comedians are the worst listeners on the planet.
That
It's
is
funny that
also
we all
true.
podcast now because we were the worst. I used to say like the only time comedians ask about another person is doing crowd work because we don't do that. I mean, we don't
funny.
ask about people. There we go, both of you. But no, we're just terrible fucking listeners. So if you don't edit your story properly and have an out, we're sitting there like, dude, come on,
I know, and especially if you're going to take the floor. All right, we're giving you the floor here. You better deliver.
Right, right.
And I had to tell him after the 12th story, I was like, no more stories. I just said, too many stories, not another story. And he was like, I know, I tell a lot of them. What's funny about that is, like, oh, come on. He would literally be like, oh, we got so drunk, this guy puked everywhere. And that was like the big button. You're like, but we don't know those people. I don't care that he puked.
God.
I've seen puke. Everybody pukes. I don't know.
you had to be there. Long stories.
Yeah.
So terrible.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I had other peeves. Let me see what I wrote down.
But let me just say this: I've started my theater tour. We did my first 2 theaters, and it's a dream.
Tell us.
Well, I did Milwaukee. It's this beautiful theater, ornate, sold out.
Which one do you do?
Paps.
That's legendary.
Legendary.
Yeah, yeah.
Fonzie's outside, a big gold Fonzie. It's right on the river.
Great
And
city too.
Great
Underrated.
city. Never saw it in the summer either.
Yeah.
It's like seeing a woman with makeup. You're like, damn, you clean up nice. I've only seen you, in the pajamas and the bags. But great theater, and we had a great time. They gave me a tour manager because it's with Outback, so
nice.
I've never had a tour manager, so that's weird. So he's like, hey, it's funny. They think you're like a special needs person. I'm at the hotel at 3. I'm like, I'm going to get a nap in, do a little writing, maybe take a shit. And he's like, show's at 8. We'll get a runner over there at 6:45. We'll drop you off. You'll be here at 7. And I said, hold on. Google it. Theater's an 11-minute walk. I said, I'll walk it. I'll see you there at 6:50.
I always walk it.
Yeah, and he's like, whoa, 6, you going to walk it? You sure? What if you get mugged or kidnapped? I'm like, so what do you think I did before you existed? Like, what are we doing here? So I walked over there. I got there like 6:53. He was like, Jesus Christ, what the hell? And you're like, don't worry, man. We got this.
They're used to high maintenance people, and we're pretty easy. Also, they forget how many years we did in the clubs.
Right.
Where it was just sheer incompetence. Like some of the clubs are great, but then you play a bad club.
Oh.
I mean, they'll just forget you at the airport.
Yes.
They're just like, you didn't send anyone?
How many times you showed up at the club and you're like, hey, I'm the headliner? They're like, well, we don't know you. And you're like, I'm the guy on the marquee. And they're
Don't
like,
you have a bit
I don't know
about-
that.
You went to a club and they're like, can you do the bathroom?
Oh, yeah. That was actually in a bit. Yeah. True story. I was in a club in Myrtle Beach, and the woman was like, can you do the urinal cakes in the bathroom? And I was like, I'm the comedian. She goes, so no? Not even I'm sorry.
That's gold.
She was like, so no. I'm like, yeah, no, it's a no. Yeah, no, true story. I was like, my face is on the poster.
That's great.
She was, they didn't really respect comedians there.
No, sometimes they never do. I remember trying to get paid, and they were like, oh, just wait right here. We'll come get you. And it was like 2 a.m. I had to knock on the door, and they're like crunching numbers in there with a bunch of receipts, and waitresses are all waiting to get paid. I had to wait to get paid till like 3 a.m, and then I had a flight at like 7. Brutal.
Happened to me at Fort Myers. Same thing. Yeah,
there you go.
You just like, let me get like 3 hours of sleep.
I know.
And they just have you waiting, and you're like, is anyone coming?
Yeah, you're like, I'm the show. I was the show.
And you're scared to leave
Yes.
because I've been stiff before.
Exactly.
So you're like, let me just get a check. 'Cause even if it bounces, at least I have some paper.
Right. I'm like,
so fucking stupid.
the waiter is going to be here tomorrow. I'm never coming back, so pay me first. How about that? But yeah, so it was just so weird. And he's like, you want food? I'm like, oh, we get food? He's like, we'll get whatever you want. We'll send a runner out. I'm like, a runner?
I still don't think the New York clubs pay properly to comedians.
What do you mean?
I just don't think the New York clubs pay properly.
Like if you headline or if you...
No, just like spot pay. I think it has been raised it's been raised like $10 in 30 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's a little weird.
When you played Rogan's and it was decent, right?
That's crazy pay.
Well,
Crazy
Rogan's
pay?
a comedian.
He's a comedian. He gets it. He's a zillionaire.
And he's...
But still,
basically
he's
opened
making the same amount that the seller's making in a night, right?
Right, but Rogan essentially opened a non-profit because he just wants to make a good club.
Exactly.
Okay.
Which is unheard of. So yeah, great.
But these
great
clubs
time.
are all making good money, and like it doesn't affect guys like Mark or myself at this point as much. But if you're a younger comic, you're living
need
a lot
a
of the
fucking
time.
day job.
Yeah.
or you're on the road hard, but a lot of those guys aren't on the road yet. The clubs should all be paying more.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
They really should in New York, all of them.
I got the best compliment I ever got. This guy's like, I'm also the tour manager for this group, that group, and he's like, I just want to go with you because it's so easy with a comedian. I show up, I go, boop, sounds good, okay. I just talk on the mic for 2 seconds, and then I go, how about we get Thai food? I feed everybody, and then we go home.
It's the best.
It's the best.
Also, I'll do you one better. I don't even do a sound check.
I don't either. I made that up.
Well, he knows what I like. He does it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You know how I talk. That's how I talk on stage.
Yeah.
But
can you hear me? Great. We got it.
Did you do, and also Vider's on before me usually, and Gary's so low energy that I'm like, if the mic's fucked up for him, I'll be fine. We'll figure it out.
Right.
What, you did Milwaukee and Iowa?
Milwaukee and Des Moines. Milwaukee Friday, one show. Des Moines, one show on Saturday, and went home on Sunday. It was amazing.
That's nice. That's a nice weekend. How was Iowa?
Oh, dude, Iowa's underrated. It's just, Des Moines is a badass city. It's clean. Everybody's so friendly. It's some of the best looking fat people in America, and everything's fried, and it's like county fair and corn and fun and just beer, a lot of beer there. It's just a great time. And I walked to the gig and people are honking their horn, hey, I'm going to see you. And it just feels like lighter there. It feels like there's no Jonah Hill drama. No one's worried about Lizzo. They're just having fun, living life, and doing fentanyl.
No one's worried about Lizzo. They're just eating till they look like her.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of white Lizzos out there.
Yeah, I actually haven't been on the road in a minute because it's like a first stretch. Does he want to come in?
Oh, hey, all right.
Have him make a pop in.
Well, what is this? Seinfeld? Is Kramer's going to slide in? All right. Tell him.
All right.
Sorry, I'm not on my phone because I'm a professional, but tell him to pop.
All right.
All right. But yeah, where were you this weekend?
I was here. I was doing cellar spots, and it's great. I mean, it's fun to be home, but it is hard to work on stuff.
It's hard to work on
because you're following
stuff.
some new people who are just killer. Like some of their stuff is they're just going bam, bam,
I
bam,
know.
and then you go up. Your first few minutes, you got to kill, and then they always let you early on the weekends.
They always do.
It's like 15 turns into like 12, and you're like, it's hard to get work done.
I know, and it's a weekend, so you kind of feel weird being like, let me try this brand new idea and I'll work it out because they're drunk and it's date night and they want to see a show. I don't know. I feel weird. Working out on a Tuesday feels a lot better for me.
Weekends are overrated.
I agree.
Weekday, everything is better.
Yes. And the streets in New York, especially in the Village, on a weekend, it's like electric.
It's a lot. Well, yeah, Will, Sylvince, and I went up. We started fucking around a little bit, and Estee's in the crowd watching us. I'm like, well, now we're not going to go hard.
Of course.
We're like, how hard do you think we're going to push the limits here?
Yeah.
When the booker's watching us.
That's so backwards that the booker of the club makes you less funny. Isn't that weird? Like something about it makes you more intimidated and you can't be yourself and you can't be loose.
There needs to be more experimentation. There's this expectation at the Comedy Cellar to kill. And I think it's like, killing's great, but when you're doing 3 shows a night, you think I'm going to do the same set?
I know.
No, it's like I want to explore a little bit. Colin Quinn used to always say, like, you clubs are architects. I'm not talking about the cellar. The cellar's great, but clubs in general are architects of their own destruction when they don't let comedians explore. Like, that's the process should be a little ugly occasionally. Like, if I kill for 12 out of 15 minutes, those 3 minutes were new bits, and they'll get there, you know?
Exactly.
But that's why I don't like weekends. There's like a weird expectation to Sundays, like looser. You can kind of figure it out.
Yeah, I totally agree. And also people are like, the road, I hate the road, I'm miserable. I'm like, I love the road.
Yeah.
I love the hotel. I mean, the flight sucks and all that, but like, what happened? Okay, the flight sucks.
You just feel so unhealthy, though. I mean, it's the fun. I mean, the way you're doing the road now is good, and that's like, luckily, I was doing theaters this year too, and it was easier. But it is, you realize how unhealthy the road is when you spend like a week straight in New York.
That's
like,
true.
Holy shit, I feel good.
That's true. Yeah,
isn't that crazy?
That's a good point. But you pop in, you pop out.
Pop in.
Get in here.
Come in, yeah. Do a little pop in.
You know the seat. That's
Here we go. Don't lie. You've probably been using your Manscaped ball shaver on that face. So it's time to pick up that beard hedger. Guilty. I've done it.
Guilty.
It's a cordless trimmer with a rotary wheel that gives you 20 different hair cutting lengths with one guard. No more messy drawers full of extra add-ons. I use this. I'm literally, I have a beard. I don't like being clean shaven. Mm-hmm. I look like a boy, not a fan. Manscaped is great. Kevin Spacey loves me when I look that way, but I don't want to see him anymore. This baby has a long-last battery, universal charging, and a strong motor that will get you the look you want. If you're a clean-shaven kind of guy, the Handyman is your ticket for a smooth, stubble-free look. Whether you've got that 5 o'clock shadow or you're working on the Jack Sparrow situation, Manscaped has the tools for you. 20% off. Free shipping with the code DRUNK at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use code DRUNK. Hit that refresh button with Manscaped.
Oh, yeah. Hey, folks. We Might Be Drunk is brought to you by Fume. When you're trying to quit a bad habit, it can be a tough journey. Your brain freaks out. Your body craves what it used to. It's a lot to handle. Fume has you covered. This innovative device uses flavored air instead of vapor and dangerous chemicals, so you can keep the habit you love without the harm. Love Fume. It's a cute little doohickey. I love to suck on it, put it in my mouth. It's great. They know what they're doing, and everybody says it's the oral fixation. That's what gets you. So this covers that. You're good, and it's healthier. Feeling angsty? Fume thought you might be. With movable parts and magnets for fidgeting, keep your hands and brain occupied while you transition to a better habit. Stopping is something we all put off because it's hard, but switching to Fume is easy, enjoyable, and fun. Fume has served over 100,000 customers and has thousands of success stories, and there's no reason that can't be you. Join Fume in accelerating humanity's breakup from destructive habits by picking up the Journey Pack today. Head to tryfume.com and use code DRUNK to save a whole 10%. Nice. When you get the Journey Pack today, that's tryfum.com and use code DRUNK to save an additional 10% off your order today. Tryfume.com, code DRUNK.
The NFL is back, baby. Time for tailgating, painting your face, and getting some action. Go G-Man. DraftKings, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is giving you a can't-miss offer for Week 1. New customers can get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 on any NFL game. All customers can snag 2 new offers every single game day this September, so download the app and see what you get. Download now and use code WMBD to sign up. New customers can take home $200 in bonus bets instantly just for betting $5. That's code WMBD only on DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for the problem of gambling. Also, if you're in Connecticut, help is available. Call 888-789-777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. 21 plus, age varies by jurisdiction, void in Ontario. See DK BetMGM.co/football for eligibility, terms, and responsible gambling resources. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply.
Cut that part. All right. By the way, can we get a Beer Jew a CPAP machine? Jeez, I heard you breathing from a mile away there. I think we had to cut your mic. Hilarious. All right. Yank that arm over.
Hey, Salkis, can I get those cookies?
You wolfed 2 down.
I know. I had 2 this morning, too. I got a problem.
What are you in the studio for?
It sounds like we're in prison. What are you in for? I'm doing my hit podcast, Mindful Metal Jacket.
Oh, nice.
And Ari's coming in.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
Yeah. Jesus. Farts. What the hell was
I
that?
had this cute for you walking in.
Great.
It's better than the construction you played 400 times.
Oh, my God.
Speaking of cookies, you know what gets me is I go to that lounge and I have to take 7 cookies. I have to take them in a
The
napkin.
Delta Lounge?
Yeah.
Really?
It's like a pile of chocolate chip, and now they've upgraded to Rice Krispie treats.
Yeah.
Their cookies aren't great, though. The 7-Eleven cookies were better than the Delta Lounge cookies.
Well, it's not the best cookie. It's no, what is it, Aunt Patty? What's that lady?
Auntie Anne?
Uncle,
Is it Auntie Anne?
Uncle
No.
Tom?
That's a pretzel.
Pretzel.
I don't know an
Mrs.
on
Field?
cookie.
Mrs. Field! Yeah, that guy knows his cookie. The old pedophile there. He's putting them out for the kids.
Well, something I've talked about with these Delta Lounges that bothers me is they don't they don't account for just white trash garbage people
true.
who fly a lot.
That's true.
Like you go in there and they have salmon drizzled with honey, quinoa. Give me a hot dog and some mac and cheese.
Well, I've never heard a complaint about healthy food. I love that about it.
No, that's because you come from some class. I'm a dog shit. I grew up in the woods like an asshole. I want a slice of cheese pizza.
Well,
and
that's
some
what I
mac and
hate
cheese.
when your only options are trash. You feel like shit at the club. You get to the club, it's only chicken wings and pizza. That's why I
Can't
want.
they do a little of both?
Really?
mix
They
it-
understand everything.
That's why I'm coming out with cookies, because the trash in me, I'm like, they're falling out of my pockets. You know, I'm like a bandit.
I like the healthy option, but just
Yeah.
also have like school lunch where I went to school anyways. Cheese pizza was always on the menu.
Right.
Whatever lunch today is salami, sausage, or whatever.
Yeah.
But cheese pizza was there if you needed it.
Yeah,
It's a good
yeah.
point. They're sitting on those heat lamps. I remember we had a square pizza.
No,
Remember that?
Yeah, we had square too.
I was a big bagel guy. We did a lot of bagels, toasting
A
bagels.
little tough.
Yeah.
You look fantastic. What'd you get, a haircut?
What the hell's happening here?
Beard? You look well kept. You look good.
Yeah, you look
Oh,
good.
all right,
Yeah.
thanks.
You look good.
I've been exercising. I'm trying to take care of
Well,
myself
you stayed
here.
in the city this weekend, so you can kind of decompress.
Oh my god, it's like the first time I don't feel like I'm. Yeah, I was just saying, the road, you don't realize how unhealthy it is till you're actually here for a few days, and you're like, holy shit.
Can I say though, I hate to sound like a contrarian. I feel like I'm healthier on the road.
Really?
Yeah, because
not.
in ways, because on the road it's like it's just me. I mean, I have a buddy there, but I'm like, I wake up and there's less to do.
Less to do
so
is
I'm
nice.
like, let me go to the gym. The gym is just right there. You're not doing podcasts on the road.
Right.
Like here, I'm like, I'm running from podcast to podcast, or there's a meetup or a hang or whatever, or you're just like, I'm finally home. Let me just order some delivery, whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, the diet is bad.
Yeah, I just on the road. I guess we're semi-healthy. We try to hoop and stuff, but it's just I need a
also
drink.
drink.
Yeah, I need a drink after the shows, and it turns into. I don't need a drink. 'cause-
one?
Yeah, I do.
Here we go. Take it one day at a time.
I'm less tempted to drink in the city. Weirdly, I'm just like I
Right.
can just go home.
You can go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have that hotel sadness on the road. I mean, at home.
But then I sleep better on the road for
I do
sure.
too.
That fucking drilling you saw.
I think mentally I'm better on the road because there's no.
This is
podcast,
outside. This
no
is
city.
my apartment every day.
Crazy, huh?
Oh my God.
I know.
Sounds like when I leave my wife at home alone. You okay, babe?
A lot of vibrating.
So I sleep better on the road, but
That's insanity.
But also the city on the road, usually it's a nicer play. The city's a train wreck. It's horrible.
It's a toilet.
It's just, I mean, I'm quitting. It's elevated train. It's homeless. It's traffic. It's horns honking.
Yeah, the small space, the small apartment, and then with the hotel, you can jizz everywhere. You don't have to clean it.
Yeah.
You know, you can really make a mess out of it.
Yeah, you can eat it in
Yes,
the hotel.
yes.
No one's gonna be like, hey, spit that out.
Right, right. You can kill a hooker. You can do fentanyl, whatever it is.
Mark, are you still stealing from the airport, The places where you buy food. You still...
Jesus.
I do it a little for sport now. Before I was like, oh my God, I need these 2 disgusting hard-boiled eggs that are in a weird liquid, or I need this Kind bar.
You bring hard-boiled eggs from the lounge on the flight? That's a disgusting...
Well, I eat them in the line. I don't eat them on the plane. I'm not an animal. But I'm saying I go to Hudson News and
Really?
I'll sticky finger or maybe like an Inquirer or something.
Yeah, I get it.
All right.
It's very overpriced. It's outrageous, and you buy the 2 things, and then one is for you.
How much longer do you think they'll sell magazines at an airport?
I think
that's the only place to sell magazines.
That's my point. How long do you think they have? I mean, newspapers are pretty much, they feel almost gone.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, newspapers.
That was a big part of life. That printing.
Yeah.
Extra. When I was a kid, my mom would circle.
Extra?
That's what the kids say. Extra. Read all about it. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Isn't it extra?
It is extra, but they made it
New York
their own.
accent. Yeah.
New York accent.
Oh, I don't know.
Pull it up.
I don't know extra.
Oh, yeah. But my mom would circle garage sales in the classifieds, and that was our big Sunday. I would go with her. So that trash is deep.
Well, I remember I followed the home run chase with Griffey when I was a kid, reading a box score.
Yes.
And every morning I would go, and the way I would know if somebody homered was the...
Great timing with these sound cues, by the way.
Sounds like extra. He's saying extra. It says extra.
Hold on. I got to hear extra.
Oh, I heard an E. I heard an E.
Okay.
Excrete.
You were saying Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh,
home
but
run?
you would go, and if he had, if there was a 1 hit, 1 run scored, 1 RBI, you're like, I bet he homered. And then you would go to the bottom to see a home run.
Right.
Yeah,
And it was exciting. I mean, it feels like we're from the 30s.
It's the best.
But you'd scan through there for the box score.
The sports
how much
page was
Jordan scored.
Oh, the sports page was a big thing.
Huge.
Not only that, but I remember reading like the box office for movies. That was like a big thing.
Oh, the movies.
I was just
Oh,
curious.
I'm not Jewish, but still, that's. I didn't need to know how much money the movie made, but yeah,
you
I
look at
hear
the
you.
money?
I was curious.
Oh, I would look up the Times.
Yeah, the Times was big.
No, I
That
wanted
was
to know
fun.
what was making money. I was curious.
The money.
You wonder how these guys get ahead.
I love it. He was giving me the benefit of the doubt too.
I was like, oh, yeah, the movies. Yeah, I didn't know you were going with the what they brought in the rake.
That's fun.
I was curious. You never did that?
I did. I also used to look up what TV show is the top 10 TV shows.
Yeah, I was curious.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That was
TV
a big
guy.
thing. It'd be like Frasier, Seinfeld. You'd
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
It was kind of cool.
That was fun. They give you a little blurb, too. Frasier gets in hot water with Roz or whatever, They give you a little nugget.
But they don't do that anymore. I mean, you don't know what ratings are.
By the way, have you read your description for Netflix?
I hated it.
It's not.
What do you
pretty.
say?
It's like raunchy, or you take comments on his wife's stomach or something.
Well, one
farting.
says, ripping one in front of a loved one. And I was like, oh.
Did you write that?
No, of course not.
Why you? You can get them to run that past
It
you. I
says
think.
Mark
Yeah,
Norman
you'd think.
touches on topics such as ripping one in front of a
From
loved one.
awkward
You're
lap
like,
dances
come
to
on.
intimacy of letting one rip in front of a spouse. Comedian
like,
Mark Norman
what are you
unloads
doing?
his rapid fire stand-up special.
What are you
that sums
doing?
me up
Just
They did it.
right
They sent me.
fucking
They sent me.
killer.
They sent me a bad one. I think that I don't know what they say about me, but I turned it down because it was something like they were like. I think they opened with Samuel talks about porn, and I was like, I talk about other shit. I was like one joke.
I mean, I'm grateful for Netflix. I love Netflix. But just write like one of the best comedians, fucking killer hour. Watch it.
There you go. That's it.
It's like,
It's some queef out there. They got it. The copywriting, like a 19-year-old girl who's head of the social media probably wrote that.
well, AI is going to take over all of us and kill us.
AI could have done better. But yeah, those blurbs are brutal. I mean, Netflix, they're so nervous. Like, that's pretty clean of a blurb. Like I made a trailer and I sent it to them. They're like, we're not sure if our audience is going to get this. And I'm like, so my audience will, but your audience won't get it? Like, what does that mean? And then I kept pushing back, and eventually they go, all right, well, you say goddamn in the trailer. And I was like, I'll take it out, but just tell me that. We went through 12 laps of bullshit to get to that.
Yeah, it's like a beginning of a relationship.
What do you mean?
Well, they just won't tell you how they really feel.
Oh,
you have to
yeah.
like pull it out of them. No, it's
Yes.
fucking annoying.
But we could have taken the goddamn out. We would have been on our way in one email.
It's like when I did Letterman, and they were like, we want you to do your McDonald's chunk. And I was like, can I just trash McDonald's on Letterman? And they were like, yeah, we love it. And then we had like 6 months of sending them tapes, getting the jokes right. Literally 6 months, they're like, McDonald's is a sponsor. We can't make fun of it. I'm like, I told you that.
Yeah, what is that? And no one gets fired, by the way.
Well, they're all fired now. The show doesn't exist.
Okay,
That's
I
a good
asked
point.
ChatGPT.
Oh, God.
Oh, come on.
You shouldn't
Jesus
be
Christ.
participating in
Stop
this.
it. This is what we're supposed to be rebelling against.
I know. What the fuck?
Is it better?
You know I'm terrified.
No, it's wordy, but
It is
embark
wordy.
on a hilariously unfiltered journey into the absurdities of modern life. as
That's way
comedian
better.
Mark
This is
Norman-
way
So
better
much
already.
better.
Really?
Oh, this is horrifying.
Oh,
It's
no.
Comedian
Oh.
Mark Norman dissects relationships, technology, complexity of being an almost adult in his uproarious Netflix special.
This is tragic.
All right,
Called
fuck it.
Laughing
Let's
Matters.
This is so much better.
let's just replace Salacuse with ChatGPT. I feel like
you're
he's
out,
not.
baby.
You're-
You're done.
no, it is
Chat
amazing. that-
GAY.
We'll just put a Hawaiian shirt on a laptop, and it's a better
we should
system.
do the skeleton like a Craig Ferguson. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
There it is.
That's Sally. You're gone. Anal intruder.
I remember when I did America's Got Talent, they were trying to. It's weird when they try to get involved in your set where you're like, you're not comedians. I remember they were like, do this phone joke you have. I'm like, it's not going to work on your
It's
show.
not gonna
I
work.
promise. It's like too offensive for your crowd. And they were
Yes.
like, it's our favorite joke. And I'm like, I'm not. They were like pushing me to do it. And finally I was like, no. And I got eliminated. They were probably right. But, you know.
But we know our act. We know what does
Yeah.
well, where, and how, and who, and why.
I know my alleys.
There you
What's
go.
that shirt?
Oh, Kenny Powers, Eastbound and Down.
Oh,
I
nice.
watched that.
What?
I
Merman.
never watched it.
Oh, my
you-
God.
you
You
like
never
it.
watched it?
No,
It's one of the
no.
funniest shows ever.
I know. I suck. I saw Talk to Me last night. I thought it was fantastic.
What is that?
It's an Australian
up.
horror movie. It's like made it here. Anytime a foreign film makes it here, you know it's pretty good.
True.
It's true.
But Ronan hated it. We got in like a shouting match in the hallway.
He hates
like
everything.
Scary. I don't love scary movies.
I like a horror movie. He hated it. It's pretty fun. But if you haven't seen it, I don't know what we're doing.
Was it like a Hereditary where you're like, oh God, or is it a silly goofball?
No, that's what I thought, which I like both. But, well, first of all, it's 90 minutes. Good runtime.
Yeah.
I love a 90-minute movie.
Yeah,
rare
you got to do
now.
it. Woody. It's like it's almost like a Ouija board. It's like this hand. I keep calling it talk to the hand. But you hold on to the hand and you say, let me in, and it takes you to the spirit world. But it's like an allegory for drugs. The kids are all doing it.
Oh.
But there's a lot of layers. Like they're all TikToking it, and they're kind of not concerned. And then they get all fucked up and crazy. But then afterwards, they're like, let's do it again. So it's like sort of allegorical. But also there's like parental relations and friendships and all this stuff. And it gets quite fucking gory and crazy. And it's really, I thought it was damn good.
Great premise.
Yeah.
I love it. I love when they're putting TikTok and I hate TikTok, but they're putting it in movies because it does exist. It's
course.
weird when there's no phones or anything in a movie. I'm like, it's 2023. No phones in this?
Yeah.
It's very strange. There's no one sitting looking at a phone. That would be half of a movie if you were being realistic.
There's all these articles now saying that people forgot how to behave in movies. Did you see these?
Yeah.
Like Barbie, Oppenheimer, people are behaving like drunken assholes. And it's like, you realize there's like probably a generation of people going to these now who just have never really gone to the
yeah,
movies.
I never
Yeah.
thought about that. Did you notice that?
Not when
Yeah.
I went, but yeah.
We had Luke Monis, who's a nut, just hilarious.
Funny guy.
Yeah, we
he was
love
like, we were, a group of kids came and they were kind of chatting. And I might have to run. My guest for my podcast might be showing up right now.
Oh, yeah.
You got Ari's number? Yeah. Yeah, shoot him a text, would you? Oh, perfect.
Hey, this guy's on it.
So anyways, we go there and it's like, it's crowded and a group of teenagers show up and they're chatting like as the lights are coming down, it's getting ready. And I say to Luke, just so you know, like I am not above making a scene at a movie theater. And he was like, oh, me either. He was like Kramer. And so then it comes like the Universal Studios logo comes on and he just goes,
Oh,
I wait until we're into the picture.
Sure.
Like I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. And he does the big shush. And they were like, this is in San Jose. They were like Indian kids. So they were like, like
Sure.
shocked. They weren't like, hey, fuck you.
Yeah, yes.
They were like, Jesus Christ. And so they start whispering. And Syracuse has got a clip
on
lined
it.
up.
This is a great scene.
AI wouldn't have pulled that up. You're back.
You're back in.
The popcorn spill.
I think they get lower and lower.
That's Michelle Pfeiffer's sister.
That's right. That guy's great.
Or I'll shut him for you. And if you think I'm kidding, just try me. Try me.
Because I would love it.
Incredible.
Applause.
Incredible
Yeah.
app.
But so he shushed him, and then like a couple minutes later, there's like the tiniest, and he's like,
Wow.
Does it again, and then like a few minutes later, the tiniest whimpery scoop-a-dee-boo, and he goes, "That's it." And I had to grab him, and I was like, "You got to stop," because at some point there's an adverse effect.
Yes.
Because if you turn and start yelling, now we're missing all of this. Now our heart rates spike. Now they're mad. Now we're like fighting. They're behind us. They're going to throw sodas at us. And at some point, you're like, I would rather block out two people like, I like this movie.
Yeah.
Than have to deal with we're in like a weird fist fight thing.
Yeah, now you're missing the whole movie.
Yes.
So you're right. It's completely overblown.
And then you're sitting like this during the movie.
Yes.
Like, that was crazy.
I have something that works 9 out of 10 times. It's just very simple. I just turn around and say, I can hear every word you guys are saying. Because you think you're like, I'm keeping it to ourselves.
Yeah.
And it's just us. But it's like, I can hear every word. And then it stops it almost immediately.
Wow, that's good, because then they're also like, I don't want him to hear what I'm saying.
Exactly.
That's good.
You got to respect people at the movie theater. I remember I was on a date with a girl once, and she takes the phone out with the film form, which is like a.
Oh yeah.
You don't take the phone out
During trailers or during the movie?
What?
During trailers?
During the movie.
Fuck that.
And just to answer a text.
Yeah.
And I see. This, what the
Homeless
fuck?
problem is out of control in this
This
city.
is
I'll tell you that
terrible.
right now. Come on,
Do we have another
man.
mic?
What's going on, guys?
Jesus,
another mic
Moses
here?
is here to part the sea. Get in here with the hobo
have a
box
mic?
and everything.
We can do like
okay.
backup singers with one microphone.
Oh,
when
man.
when was the last time I saw you? You look like a lunatic.
Ah, it's so cold.
You look like every
Yeah.
person in the streets of San Francisco right now.
You really do. Yeah, it's a portable.
It's a little thing.
I
They
just saw
don't
you
give
like
the good
3
ones.
weeks ago.
Shoulder
Really?
hair is coming in nicely.
I got some patches. What?
What are you taking?
Ivermectin. Never stopped.
Woo!
Doing
Where have
better
you
than
been?
ever.
I feel like I'm doing charity here. This is like we're gonna give him a makeover, folks. We're gonna get this guy a job.
It's just too hot out, man. Sun's out, guns out. It is cloudy though, so I have no excuse.
73 degrees.
Yeah, it's hot. It's
Smell
biked
like
up here.
livestock. What's going on?
Biked up here. It's humid.
Do you fish
get
with
it?
Do you fish with a stick?
Yeah, right. Is there a bag on the end of that stick? Are you riding the rails?
I ride a rail car to rail car. Just looking for friends.
You do look like the second guy in command behind Moses in the desert right now.
Yeah.
I'm here if you need me, Moses. If you need me, I get it. It's hot. You might need an off day.
Doing the GPS.
Did you hear America's getting rid of GPS for the world?
Huh?
What?
Yeah. Trump put it in play. He was like, why are you paying for it? Everybody else should pay for it.
Wait, what?
Yeah. We've
Oh,
been paying for GPS.
Oh, because
for
they're
the whole
using
world.
our GPS.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's a very
GPS.
Trump movie.
Chat GPS is correct.
Move.
Yeah. All right, when you were a kid, did you check the box office in the newspaper for movies that came out? Were you like, let me see who's winning the box office?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
That was
Yeah.
a very anti-Semitic experiment you just did, Joe.
Well, I'm very interested in money, too, obviously, but media.
I've heard a lot worse anti-Semitic experiments. But yeah. It's called eugenics.
What are you guys doing? What are you just talking about today?
Well, we had no guests, and Liz popped in, and you popped in, so we have 2 surprise guests on this one.
There you go. It's two goy, two Jew.
There we go.
Right now, the comment start should have been nobody.
No, I think these are
No, this is a
welcome
good one.
guests. Yeah.
What do you think you and I could beat these two at? Basketball, they probably got it.
We got you.
Always a lockdown defender too.
We could take him on
got it.
pickle.
Pickleball?
Easy.
Oh, yeah, we'd
You think
fuck 'em
so?
up at pickleball.
I don't know. We got length.
But
Yeah.
you played.
I played.
Okay.
I'm not great though. I'm okay.
Ah.
We got you beat there.
We'll ju-
Cornhole, I think, would dominate.
No, cornhole, I'm great.
pretty
Bowling,
good.
I'm
I
great.
play a
I'm
lot of
above
cornhole.
average.
Can you guys bowl?
I can bowl.
I can bowl.
You can't bowl with your back. Are you
I
kidding?
can't bowl.
You can do
I
one.
don't
You
know.
can bring out that cart where you push it and let it.
We put
I'm
the
not much
gutter
of a bowler.
rails.
We'll beat you in pickleball. Mark will be a fucking.
That's wrong.
You've been looking at your abs in the window while we're dropping
I would keep
shots.
my shirt on. I'm like Kreischer over here.
Oh, that's crazy. No, pickleball will smoke you. We should film it.
Yes.
Now we're off on a top.
Really?
But wait a minute.
Fine, but then we get basketball.
I don't. Yeah, we got basketball. How's your back for basketball?
I'm good, dude. I haven't been hurt in weeks now.
I'll bomb in basketball. I stink.
I just saw White Man Can't Jump.
I can pick.
Great. Oh, the new one?
No, the old one.
The old one's great.
The old one's
Oh,
amazing.
but it's got a few flaws in it.
Let's
It does.
hear
It's
it.
so funny. I just watched it recently, too.
So they got to get the duck and whatever. They're playing
and the Duck.
King and the Duck. They're
Yes.
playing for $2,500 a game. That's just what he lost winning the fucking thing. Now he can get a house for $2,500, but before for $5,000 he couldn't.
Okay.
It
Also,
should have been a $25,000 buy-in
not
for the
to
duck and the
mention,
king.
The wife, Rosie Perez, or the girlfriend, happens to be working on Foods with the letter Q, and that's in the game.
That's pretty wild.
That's a joke.
My thing we talked about recently. That's not a joke. It happens.
That's the end of the movie.
Another one that we talked about on our podcast recently was that they get kicked out. The Stookies chase them out of their hotel, and in the next scene, they're in a different hotel, and she has all her posters and maps and everything already hanging. She just moved in full, and they left all their shit behind.
But pull up her tits in that tank top.
Ooh,
She looks
tits are
good.
nice.
She still looks kind of good, actually.
Oh, really?
That was early nipple in my life.
That was
Big
great.
nip. Big nip.
Billy, the Stookies.
And Woody can kind of play.
He was a
No,
better
they
player,
could all play.
Yeah.
There were only a couple shots where I'm like, that bounced past the angle on that would not have gone that way.
Yeah.
They said Woody Harrelson was the better player.
Everybody else's outfit was as gay as anyone on Broadway today. It's bright purple, spandex.
Wow,
the little hats.
They all dress like Richard Simmons for some reason, but they're playing like,
The other flaw is
The porno on the right side of Sally's bullshit here.
Hot milk teachers, men over 40.
Did you seriously look this up on a porno site?
he did.
Yeah.
Have you heard of YouTube?
Pull the brightness up.
Well, I
will
want
you,
to see
Fatty?
tits.
He knew how to make some women squirt, but he didn't know how to make any woman squirt. And that's what he was searching.
Another thing in this scene is you can see she has no protection. He's like,
No.
got her, she's fully nude there with money in her twat.
I'm just watching a black screen here. Is this a close-up of Wesley? What is this? This is too much. He killed it, by the way. He steals that movie.
He's charming as fuck.
Yeah, he's great.
He was amazing. And then he stopped doing comedies and paying taxes.
He was in the Eddie Murphy one recently. Wasn't he just in something?
The what?
like he's
Jesus,
just
Sal.
watching porn. Yeah,
He's
he was.
watching porn.
The other flaw is they keep trying to set up the hustle, and they're like, you could pick anybody out here, and he's like, I'll take this guy. And you're like, the white guy that drove all the way to Watts and carrying a basketball?
And not just some old fat guy that I've already seen play bad. It's like no, forget all these people. There's somebody coming off the subway. I'm sure he'll stop. He'll stop. He's a block away, but I'm sure he'll come play with us.
He's a white guy in an all-black neighborhood carrying a basketball, wearing basketball sneakers. I'm going with this guy. Of course he's going to be good.
Yeah, there's some underrated jokes in there, too. No, it ain't Raymond. I'm going to get my other gun. I mean,
Shoot
Everybody's ass.
great comedy in that movie.
Yeah.
Cut this motherfucker right here. It's amazing. That guy is an NBA player. He won national championship at UCLA under Woodard.
Who was it?
The one that they
Raymond from
hustled
White
him?
Man Can't Jump.
The one they hustled with?
It ain't
The one
Raymond.
they hustled.
the one that wanted to. They hustled him.
Oh, right.
And he wants to. I'm gonna go back to my car, get my other gun, shoot everybody's ass.
I will never bring you water.
Thirsty in your bed.
Yeah.
That movie was.
Are there any other good basketball movies besides like Hoosiers is good, but like what's another good?
Joanna Man is not great. Teen Wolf is pretty solid. I
seems
count that as a
pretty
basketball movie.
Basketball Diaries.
Was Hustle the Adam Sandler?
Hustle's good.
Really good.
Was it?
Hustle's
Yeah,
a
very
good
very
movie. Yeah.
What about Blue Chips?
Oh, I love
Which
Blue
wasn't
Chips.
bad.
William
Fun.
Friedkin, he died today.
Whoa!
How crazy is this? Yeah,
It's a
Friedkin
freaking
died.
weekend.
I love Blue Chips. Don't step on any of the kids. Okay. All right.
Yeah. A lot of that was in Louisiana.
I just love Shaq.
Jack's second greatest role next to Shazam.
Hey, have you not seen Steel?
Oh, good point.
Steel was that was a rough one.
Man, Nick
Nolte
Nolte
is
had a run.
Awesome. God, he's great. And the same guy from White Man Can't Jump, by the way.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaq looks like he weighs like 180 here.
Nolte's got to be one of the worst transitions from like hot Hollywood guy to fucking horrible looking now.
Yeah.
Nolte, yeah.
He was a handsome, like Cape Fear Nick
It's because he
Nolte
hung
was
out with Barbra
handsome.
Streisand for a week, and they said, "Why just give up?"
He's up there with Ari in that category.
Well, that mugshot was a punchline for like a decade.
But he
That
was
was on
sexiest
everything.
man.
He was?
He won sexiest man.
wouldn't say he's a
No,
handsome
really?
guy.
Look it up.
I bet he did.
Busey get in here.
Busey and Nolte, I always get it mixed up.
Me too.
Syracuse is behind on the lookups. We never got Raymond, basketball star from White Man Can't Jump.
Oh, wow. He looks like Letterman.
I think one of these people is Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah,
is
the
that?
left.
There we go.
Busey was
boy.
amazing in
Point Break.
Point Break, yeah.
Wasn't he in that submarine movie?
Utah, get me two. That's Gene Hackman.
Oh, Periscope Down, or what is that?
Down Paris.
That's the
Down
one.
Periscope.
Oh, my Yoda.
He doesn't look that bad. I thought he would look worse.
Yeah.
Busey?
He's a little Irish.
Yeah, he's just red faced.
Oh, yeah. And
Be a good guest.
I would love to have Busey
Yeah.
on it. He would drink us under the table.
Busey would. Yeah.
Wearing Syracuse's outfit.
Holy shit. That's Nolte.
Oh, sorry, Busey. Yeah. Busey would be an amazing guest.
It's funny that they're both kind of nuts, it seems.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
look alike.
Spousal of Busey. All right.
I liked it.
Nolte went crazy.
Stretch.
I don't know. He seems a little nutty.
Busey went crazy.
Gary Busey went crazy. I think he had a head injury after what was that movie he played in the '80s was amazing. He played
Point Break.
Buddy Holly?
Buddy Holly. After Buddy Holly, he had a head injury from a motorcycle accident. Kind of lost his shit.
Oh, that's what happens.
But
I heard the guy who runs the Springfield club, I heard he had a head injury from a crash.
Really?
Because one of the guys, when I was there, he goes, he was a completely different person before this.
They say that with everybody. Roseanne was normal. Sam Kinison was normal.
What do you think he's doing now? Giving away percentage deals?
He's just nice now.
Yeah. He's just like, yeah, you can have a beer. You don't have a drink ticket. It's okay.
did Roseanne hit her head?
She got in a car accident and totally kind of went and became a comedian.
Oh, wow.
Same with Kinison.
Really?
And became a comedian.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's so sick that the comedian has an origin story. You're a fucking superhero.
That's true.
Jesus.
Look at Pryor. He watched his mom fuck a bunch of Johns, in Peoria.
He's Don Draper.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Wow. So your mother being a prostitute really leads to some success because Roberto Duran?
Oh, yeah.
Roberto Duran, is that his name?
Yeah, it also
Who's Durante?
leads to like drug addicts and losers and
There's the other side of it, too.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for stepping on the bit right away. Yeah.
Jesus, let him milk it.
Jesus Christ. Can we get 3 punchlines out? You're like, actually? So you're saying your mother being a prostitute, not great.
not great.
Okay.
Got it.
Well-
Got it. Write that down. Yeah, that's when, what's the guy who beat him? Because Durant was like
Durant?
amazing.
Ali?
He called someone else's mom a whore and beat the guy who was way better than him.
All right.
I think it was Sugar Ray.
Did you
He
watch
called
that Four Kings on Showtime? Is that where you're getting this info?
Four Kings.
I remember that one.
There's a new Showtime doc, Four Kings, and it's unbelievable.
No.
Showtime docs are kind of underrated.
Yeah,
It's
that
hard
one's
to get
great.
to, but yeah, I watched the Ron Artest one recently. It's fucking great.
Oh.
Maybe it was just the Kings.
Then there's We Were Kings. Or When
Yeah.
We Were Kings.
That's
lot of
Muhammad Ali,
kings.
right?
King. Black people love being called king,
They do.
and black women love to be called queen.
And the ruler. They like the ruler in the rap world.
I've never heard the
Slick
ruler.
Rick the ruler.
Oh, yeah.
And Lil and Big is big, too.
Lil is big. You're right.
Yes.
I used to work at FYE, the record store, CD store.
For your
And when we would
entertainment.
when we would alphabetize, it was like the rap section was all L's for Lil and Bigs.
Wow.
I think it was B and L.
Also, where do you, in alphabetical order, where do you put a cash sign as an S?
Oh, good. I think that's.
It's an S.
It's an S? They
I
just
think
ruled
it's
it's
gotta
an
be
S?
an S.
I would put it before the A. It's a number. Or a character.
It's a symbol, you're right.
It's like Prince.
Any rap stars call in, please? I know LL Cool J is busy doing his Brock the Bells festival, but if you could take a break and call in, we'd love that.
Do you have any of the videos I sent in?
Oh.
Let's pull up a video for us.
It sounds like a hacky joke, but I was working at FYE and a guy came in. He's like, "You got 50 Cent?" And I thought I was like, "Oh, I can't help you, bro." And he's like, "You don't got 50 Cent?" I had never heard of this artist, and I was like, "I don't know what to tell you. I'm not giving you money."
He pulled out a 20. He's like, "You got 50 Cent?" You're like, "Well, now I'm really confused."
What do we have?
What is this?
I don't know what that one is.
Make it big.
What's
I'm
that?
trying. It's hard.
What's this? I didn't send this
what I
one.
was
in.
told.
Soft.
Is that Luke Wilson?
Oh, I know what this is.
I didn't send
This
this.
is a guy who says you can
Hypnotize
What's
you?
wrong with you?
block punches.
ChatGPT. Get ChatGPT in here.
Oh, you had
Oh, okay,
some.
okay.
Okay.
So I think this guy's like a energy master. He says I can block punches.
Oh,
Wait, before you press play. I'm going to guess he doesn't block.
Way to shit on it. Here we go. Oh, there's no sound?
So he's saying he can block punches
Owen
with
Wilson.
like a force field. Oh,
Jesus.
And they put him up against an MMA fighter.
Oh, that
Oh,
sucks.
from his knees.
Wow.
I feel bad for this guy. He's an idiot.
He's an
That's
idiot.
Jake Paul if he went against a real fighter.
He had to really believe it.
He
So there's a mystery
he beat
video.
Nate Diaz.
Can I ask you a question?
I know, but he's not a boxer.
Oh,
know.
Diego just did this. Diego Lopez.
So
What
this
is
is an
this?
amazing fight. It happened just yesterday.
Oh, with the folding chair.
Yes.
Yeah. What is the? What's
This
the
was
context?
crazy.
All right, so the context basically is there's a security guard telling this group of white boaters, you can't dock here, you have to move your boat.
Okay.
That's all you need.
Okay.
And then
I saw this. They behave like fucking lunatics.
okay.
Oh, you missed the there's a better
This is not-
angle.
Yeah, there's a way better angle on this. I'm going to look for it. Stand by.
Wait,
They said you can't dock here, and they
So
go.
hold on, I'm going to find the
Okay.
better video. Stand by.
But wait. Why do
Go
they
forward?
give a shit so bad that they're docking?
Because they're clearly shit-faced and they're just assholes.
Looking for trouble.
Yeah.
Looking
Okay.
for nub and
No,
all
we're-
the
we're
wrong paces.
Sort of giving it away here. Hold on. I'm going to find another one. You guys just talk.
Okay.
Yeah, don't give it away since we're all.
But I bet it's on.
All right.
Can I ask this?
Give
Yes,
it away
sir.
now.
Side note: I'm renting a studio and we're cutting into the time. Am I losing out on this thing?
Yeah, I would take advantage of
I
that.
feel like we might have to go.
go, but give me a fucking drink while I'm here as a guest.
Oh,
Do
whatever you want.
Yeah,
We'll make
grab
it
whatever
for
you want.
Oh, there's no tender.
Let me just have a fucking scotch. Lagavulin 11.
Scotch.
What are you
We
doing?
got good scotch.
11.
One of the mats has got to get up there, although I would recommend Peter's because Syracuse
What's a
makes
Lagavulin 11? Is that a
worse
novelty
drinks than
one?
Cosby.
It's got to be a novelty one.
No, that's real, baby. That's a 18-year, baby.
No, it's novelty.
What do you mean novelty?
The Offerman edition. It's a novelty fucking
Nick
one.
Offerman.
Fuck him. Let him die in this 11. I'll have
That's
it
a
though.
fun sound.
That is a fun sound.
That is.
I'll try it actually.
Oh, you want some? Give the man a Lagavulin if he wants it, or Bodega Cat, which is available online.
Bodega Cat Whiskey.
You can get them online now?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice,
That's the only
guys.
place to get them.
Oh, it's literally Nick Offerman?
Yeah. They don't make an 11 for some
pretty
reason.
cool.
What?
It is pretty cool. To be on
Special
that.
edition.
That really is Nick Offerman. I thought you were kidding.
Oh no,
No,
I
that's
thought
a
you
good
were
joke.
joking
I would
too.
never say
no,
that.
no. He's a partner.
Wow.
Ooh,
Damn.
McKenna.
This is gripping radio.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
Did I derail it by asking for fucking...
No, what,
Well, I
Dram.
derailed to ask about
what's in the box
the
here?
studio.
It's 2 cigars for later. Some Olmecs for Foundation.
What's in the box?
What's
Do
in
you
the
have
box?
other, why don't you
What's
go
in
to
the
a
box?
different video, Matt, if this isn't...
It looks like you're.
Why don't you check your email?
It looks
else
like
is
you're near the hobo move where they.
This one was
Yeah.
Oh,
Mag.
that's gold.
I haven't
Where they
seen
knock
that.
the shit out of it. All right, Syracuse is all.
Oh, you haven't seen this, Sam?
Donald Trump? No, I haven't seen it.
Has anybody ever tried? Seriously, the news story's made out of paper, right? Disintegrate says you drink it. If you have a nice time like this time, this would have no chance. By the time you get finished, the straw is totally disintegrated. Does anybody walk around with a plastic straw? Because it's not bad. You know, you put out a boom, boom.
Boom, boom.
Never had to do that. So they weren't banned.
Producer Vladimir
Tim
Putin.
Young made this.
What about the plate? What about the knife?
Who's Tim Young? That one
To the
with-
plastic?
Comedian.
Well, they're okay, but the straws we got banned.
Is Tim Young the one that took over Tig's account?
I
Wouldn't
think
have
so.
been-
Yeah. Did you see the tweet he wrote about the women's soccer?
No, what?
It's a doozy. I don't want to ruin it. I'm going to jumble it all up, but it's comedy.
Let's read it.
Nice.
How's that, McKenna? 10-year, baby.
It's not bad.
Oh, what an asshole.
That's what you're supposed to
How's
say.
that, how's that free 10-year-old scotch you just stole? That's okay.
It's Kentucky bourbon.
Great.
Syracuse, you have lost your touch.
Oh my
friend.
God, dude.
This is brutal.
I know. By the way, we still haven't seen Raymond, the basketball player.
Okay. Is that it, Mark?
I believe. Yeah. What does that say?
The shocking and totally unexpected
totally
loss by the U.S. women's soccer team to Sweden is fully emblematic of what is happening to our once great nation.
Crooked Joe Biden.
Oh, that's awesome. Many of our players were openly hostile to America. No other country behaved in such a manner or even close. Woke equals failure. Nice shot, Megan. The USA is going
Oh,
to
they go
hell.
at it. I forgot they go at it.
Best part. Nice shot, Megan. They're clearly
That is
hitting that
amazing.
Rapinoe.
It's Biden's fault they lost.
That's so funny. I mean, woke. He might be right. They're only hired women.
That is so fucking
team.
funny.
He loves to rub it in. He loves to rub it
She
in.
missed like a big shot. It ruined the whole game for him.
Yeah.
That's great.
I got something else here. It's a bit of a mystery. I'm just gonna play it.
Oh God.
Okay.
Raymond? Is that Ron on?
It looks like Ronan.
What is this?
He's just eating crayons.
This is Joe and Ron on Talk Movies.
Oh my Lord.
It is
Holy
Ronan.
shit.
Oh my God.
That's emblematic of what's happening to our country.
Oh my God.
If that's fentanyl.
That is.
What the fuck's he
What
eating?
the fuck was it? Oh, I sent this one, and this one's kind of
Okay,
fun.
here we go. Syracuse is back on it.
This is Veter's new half-hour special.
This is the good side of social media.
That's pretty good.
No hatred.
Right.
Yeah.
Just two people dancing, talking about their chai drink.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
They don't have internet, so they'll never see this.
It's so catchy.
Midgets, or is this a?
Can't tell if it's Funhouse or they're small people.
They're
He's got
not
real
tall.
bow leg.
He's lower than the car. Look at that bike. His tower.
Oh, good point. Good
It
point.
looks normal. Like a head size is all.
Does look
accurate.
normal.
Okay, good one.
Oh, this is a good one. There's a good one here.
They really sit up there and let
Chaotic.
chaos.
chaotic. What's your relationship status today?
I mean, you can see, man, my relationship status, man. These my queens. These my beautiful girls right here, man. These are the girls that hold me down. They take care of me. They do everything for me, man. They eat my butt. All of them. They eat my butt. Back to back. Sometimes together, sometimes they take turns. They the ones who make me feel like the king that I am. You understand what I'm saying? Without them, I wouldn't be nothing.
For sure.
Yeah. I disagree. So America's in a great place.
A woman is worthy
what a country.
Yeah, well, the only way I can know that you're worthy of eating my butt is by the way you treat me. Before you can even be able to eat my butt, you understand what I'm saying? You gotta cater to me. You gotta show me that you're willing to sacrifice for me. You gotta show me that you love me. You gotta show me that you're gonna put work in for me, that you're gonna ride for me, that you're gonna be loyal to me, that you're gonna be faithful to me. And once you show me all of these things, then I will allow you to eat my butt. But that's the only way you can give me booty.
This guy's got it figured out.
This guy's got it. He's not chaotic at all.
I love that the interviewer is really asking the hard questions too.
Yeah.
And what does it take to eat your butt?
I love that you got to jump through hoops to eat someone else's ass.
It's not funny. It's like he needs to trust them. I can't have someone I don't trust eating my butt. They might take a bite.
That's inner circle.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, inner circle.
Hey.
I don't even think that was on purpose. But
No, it was not. I'll take credit for it, though.
yeah,
There you go.
finally stumbled into something good.
What's this?
Have
you seen this?
Oh, I've seen
I've seen this.
We can skip it. Have you seen this one?
I haven't seen
I'm
it.
surprised that you still got the
A
shirt
little
on,
kid going to
Jack.
Hulk Hogan.
Well, let me tell you something. Hulkster, the first time I met you, I was only 3 years old, and now I'm 6 years old. So now we gotta take it to a bigger level.
I love this kid.
Just like when you press that no good stinking giant over your head and send them right through the canvas in front of 93,000 Hulkamaniacs. So what are they gonna do when the power
Soda's
of
gonna
the
come in and
Hulkster
body slam
and the
him.
Hulkster and the dual 24-inch pythons run wild on you?
This is great.
That is some feel good content.
I gotta keep it something nice.
Brad Williams is a Halloween cut.
That is did you see the doc? They did the doc on Hulk Hogan versus Gawker.
No.
It's fucking insane.
Pretty wild.
He destroyed Gawker.
He destroyed him.
I think he won 15.
Didn't somebody back him?
Peter Thiel.
Because he was like, I hate Gawker, so I'll just give you all the money you need for your defense.
They outed him.
They outed him.
They outed
As
Peter
a gay
Thiel?
guy.
Thiel, and he was like, "Fuck you, I'll destroy you when I get a chance." And he was like, "I got a horse to back now," and he backed Hulk Hogan.
Wow. Don't fuck with
And
a
it
billionaire.
was like 140 million, and they were
Oh,
like, "We don't
that
have that fucking money."
Few do.
Yeah.
Wow. And so get out of business. I used to love the Gawker blind items where it was just a rumor. And once it was like, Louis is dating a comedian. And everyone thought it was Michelle Wolf.
You started that.
I didn't start it. I was
was
making fun of her
furious.
at the cellar. But
Too much
it was,
red hair.
Yeah. And it was like, not at all.
He's got a big mop of red hair. That's one of the best lines ever in Curb. With, what's it, Cheryl's dad? We watched that Carrot Top the other day. He's funny. He's got a big mop of red hair.
That's such a perfect thing that a non-comic would say.
I feel like we have to go.
You're almost a half
I'm here on your time,
We're
bro.
wrapping up in a minute
You're paying
anyway.
for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Did we get the chair video or the boat?
Yeah, I want to see the boat brawl.
Oh, geez, this is a lot for.
Have you covered the fucking baseball brawl?
No, that was
Oh,
pretty
it
good.
was so sweet.
Sweet
great. I
right
hate
hook.
It was so sweet. He was like, let's go. I was like, all right. And
How
then he just
often
knocked
is a punch actually thrown?
at second base.
No one. I've never seen anyone knocked out in a baseball
He
brawl.
connected
ever.
that
He kind of went down, he kind of like
stiff.
tensed up, yeah.
He got knocked out.
Most of them are tough dudes who just don't know how to throw a punch. I remember when Alonzo Mourning and Larry Johnson, if you could pull that clip up,
That's a
one of
great
the
one.
funniest fights. Neither of them knew how to throw a punch.
Yeah.
Manute Bol was always like, you just get inside him. Larry Johnson, Manute Bol was pretty great. These guys are not, they're just ducking and
Well, I love that the ref lets it happen. He's like, all right, fuck it, square off. What is this, audio?
Syracuse.
Jesus
such a
Christ.
Oh, we got a play-by-play.
God damn.
I think it's because the MLB is so shitty about.
Oh, here it
letting
comes.
That's the one.
Let it play there. I know. I'm
play.
yelling at the
God.
guy in the corner.
That's why the MLB is so unpopular. Because
seen
every
it.
other
John Boy
sport
has
just
it.
Let people. They let people post shit.
That guy backed.
I love how he's
there.
like, you've been dirty for a while. I've been waiting for the chance to fight you. Yeah.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Damn.
After it showed No Regret, his own agent showed him in like boxing gloves. It was great. Everybody backed that guy. He was like, fuck this dirty player.
Nolan Ryan fucked up Robin Ventura a little
That was
bit.
great.
That was great.
That was a good one.
That stood up for
Didn't
all.
get ejected.
Yeah.
Fun fact about that game.
That's a clip to pull up. And I watched that doc, by the way.
That's a great doc.
You know who is the
Just that.
voiceover? Mike McRae. Do you guys know McRae?
Oh, Mike McRae and Howard Stern.
Great comic. Austin guy.
Yeah, he does
I think
voices.
Houston originally, but
Also, the Chan Ho Park one is pretty great.
hey, the regs. Look at that.
The Robin Ventura one, it was like the first time a pitcher stood up for himself.
Oh,
It was
really?
yeah. It was
First
like
time ever?
No.
they never fucking punched hard like that.
Is this Ryan?
I don't know why it's 6 minutes, but there it goes.
Big screen.
Ventura's like a kid too.
Big screen. Oh, headlock. Oh, that's the worst.
Oh, and he's like, "Fuck me, god damn
And I
it!"
think the uppercuts.
I think Nolan Ryan's like 46 and Robin Ventura's 23 or something.
Wow.
It's old man strength.
Another great one is Aaron Seeley hits George Bell. He charges and Mo Vaughn comes out of nowhere and fucking nails him.
Move on.
Aaron Seeley, do Mo Vaughn.
Oh, he took it well.
There it comes.
He never went down.
This is a great one.
Oh, I wouldn't
This
have
is
hate
4 minutes
to-
and 40 seconds.
Baseball in the 90s was so much
It
better.
was so fun. There's in
Yeah.
college. You see the guy lays
There
down
it
a bunt so he could attack the pitcher.
Big
Left,
screen.
left,
you
left
fuck.
side of the screen.
I can't see anything. Oh, there you go. Where you
Good
been?
job, Mo Vaughn.
That's a fun one.
Look at the melee out here. It's a brouhaha.
I think I
Love
played that
whenever he
room.
fights.
I did too. Connecticut. Is that New Haven? Oh, Hartford.
know.
Oh, Hartford. I did a New Year's Eve there one year. I walked off stage.
I opened for you.
You walked off stage?
What was
Oh,
it?
yeah,
was
you
so
were
bad.
there.
Yeah.
Why'd you walk off?
That might have been 09.
Because they handed out. No, I was like a month sober. It must have been 2013.
Oh, I was-
January 2013.
Guzzling cocktails like there was no tomorrow.
I was doing New Year's Eve, and it was a 2-man show. The opener did 40, and I was doing 50. That was the system they came up with. So a guy just
Wow.
walks up cold and does 40 minutes.
Wow.
And then I was on, and at 12:52, I'm supposed to take it to midnight and do the countdown. At 12:52, they just start wheeling out fucking noisemakers and champagne and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So everyone's like, "Wah!" doing the thing. And I just walked up. I was like, I'll just come back at 11:59. This is insane.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did.
They always do that. It's a mistake they always make. It's
Every
so
year.
dumb. Just give them 20 minutes
Yes.
to like say your piece or whatever. Make one last apology.
Yeah. Oh, cereal's weird. No, we want to celebrate.
Why do we have to ring in the New Year with them? I once did a 6 p.m., 8 p.m. New Year's night, and it's like, it was the best New
That's
Year's
way
ever.
better.
Yeah.
That's how
Then
you
go
should
out and
it.
do your blow and fucking enjoy.
Right.
I haven't worked New Year's in years. I quit.
No, it's pointless.
I love it.
The money's better.
The money's better, but it's lame. It's like the
Bad-
show's the
it's a bad
same.
night.
No one wants to do it either. Yeah.
We all hated him.
What is
Last
this?
one. Ari brought this one up. This is a guy who got little chin music, and then he lays down a bunt just so he can blow up the pitcher.
It's a great bunt too.
Oh, he knocks him.
Look at it.
Just so he could.
Oh, that was a
And nope,
great
never
try.
made it to first.
He got up though. The guy got up.
Another great one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Izzy Alcantara.
Izzy.
Alcantara. Do you know that one?
No.
Jizzy.
Izzy. Right. Tell me. Izzy Al. Yeah. There you go. Just popped up. This is to pay for the Pawtucket Red Sox.
Well, give us a
Before
context.
he charges, he gets hit.
We've
Before he
lost
charges
every
the mound.
female listener ever right here.
We lost
They're
them
just, they're just dudes watching fights.
We lost them when Ari
So
walked
he
in.
throws at him. The catcher always tries to stop you.
Oh wow,
That was pretty genius.
that was pretty genius.
Pretty good. Take the catcher out of the equation.
Oh, they speared him. That never works, by the way.
Yeah. It's
All
when
right.
he goes fishing.
That catcher. That guy got it.
Oh, that was great. That was so smart.
But he had a face mask.
I love how these guys are like, when I get hit, they have time to think about it. Like, how would I do it different? Like Ventura was like, and rolling around was like, I'll put him in a head. They always go low. You're just waiting for the chance. This guy was like, don't let the catcher catch up with you.
I heard the story with Ventura. That guy died this week.
Robin Ventura?
Jesse?
No, the guy from Ace Ventura who
Oh.
says Ventura,
Oh.
the landlord.
Yeah, he was on Breaking Bad and
Yeah.
and Better Call Saul.
I never
Salamanca.
Where's it right dying?
That's what I call you.
Yeah.
Where's
He's
it right
most
dying?
known for Ace Ventura, landlord. That
Ventura.
Fiber.
Fiber. He, what the hell was I going to say? Oh, the story about Ventura was supposedly they had been beefing the White Sox and Rangers in the clubhouse. They were like, if they throw at us, we're fucking charging them out. I don't care who it is or what it is. And so Ventura, this poor kid who just came up, gets hit and was like, all right, I guess I got to charge the mound. And then this old timer just beats the snot out of him.
Ah, that's a shame.
And continued to pitch in the game.
I love it.
Yeah. Is baseball
Or
fucked? Is it done?
No, baseball's a lot of fun.
Yeah, they've changed the rules.
This year's gotten better again. But
It has. As the Yankees get worse, baseball gets better.
Yeah, they suck.
That's true.
so do the Red Sox.
Oh, we got a melee.
Yeah, but the Yankees were supposed to be good.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah. No, the Orioles are fucking good.
Orioles.
It's wild.
Baltimore
weird.
needs a win.
Well, Ari's a big Yankee, Cowboy, Duke University.
Number one teams. Number one teams. USA.
Only Duke the Rapier.
He loves Sweden, women's soccer.
Wait, no, that was Penn State. Sorry. Wait, what am I
Argentina.
thinking of?
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They were innocent.
That's true.
Not have been great.
Woo!
It's good times with friends.
Well, what do you guys got? Any plugs? You got a special
It
out?
needs a few plugs up top. Hello.
I got a butt plug back downstairs.
Hello? Yeah. No, it hurt. It hurt pretty bad. I didn't like it. Yeah, I'll talk to you about it later. Thanks, Hal.
Calling show business?
I got a special out on YouTube right now. I assume it's out right now. It's called Enough for Everybody. It's on YouTube. Go watch it. Subscribe. There's a one before that called This Year's Material and one before that called I Hate Myself.
Get the baby's name.
I don't like this.
All right.
You already have it?
What? The
name?
baby? Yeah, he's 3 months old.
The
We're
name.
keeping away from all Jews.
By the time this comes out, he might be.
Oh, jeez.
She? I don't know.
No, his name's Ari.
I got a tour. I got a Wrong Side History tour coming. Parks Casino, Minneapolis, Madison, Kansas City, Iowa City, Boston. That casino out here
Oh,
in Connecticut.
Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun.
Foxwoods, yeah,
I thought you meant the
Indianapolis,
Yonkers.
Louisville. All that. AriShaffir.com.
AriShaffir.com. There's your famous pose right there.
Yeah,
Holding
the
that
hand.
arm.
I don't know why.
Yeah, and
Hey.
then you stand like this sometimes.
That's true. I called you on it when I said no way. Oh, Tempe, Arizona just added in December.
Ooh,
Forgot
that's
about
hot,
that.
Hot town.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Hey, watch Soup to Nuts on Netflix.
Soup to Nuts?
Give it a double upvote or whatever the hell it is.
Fucking trending on Netflix the whole
Yeah, it was
long
like
COVID.
number one.
It's great.
I'll
It was the
take
number
it.
Cool
one
seeing it.
thing.
This writer strike is helping me out. And get some Bodega Cat.
Fuck you, The Witcher.
Now some queefy rom-com is number one. But hey, it was only a matter of time. And yeah, marknormancomedy.com for dates. I'm all over the road, coming to Europe, the whole thing.
Oh, nice.
What do you got?
Yeah, I got Chicago Theater, Toronto,
Chicago Theater. Wow.
York,
great.
Bethlehem. MSG is the big one. MSG, but we're theater at MSG. We got Cleveland, Ohio. Fucking what is? I can't read it.
You got Columbus, Ohio,
Indianapolis, Cincinnati.
Pittsburgh, yeah. All this
Bogart.
stuff.
Cincinnati, Indianapolis, and then MSG November
Yeah,
4th.
yeah.
Don't forget about Munhall, PA. That's the big one.
We call it Pittsburgh here. No one knows what the fuck Munhall is.
You pulled a Munson. All right, Q's, you got anything to plug? No, we're good. Good. Love to hear it.
Salad
Bodega
grease.
Cat too. Get your Bodega Cat whiskey. BodegaCatWhiskey.com.
If I come to one of your parties, you don't have Bodega Cat, I'm leaving it.
Ooh, you heard it here first, folks. We'll see y'all in hell.